WWE star Becky Lynch went on a recent podcast and tore apart Rhea Ripley's character, her opponent for this upcoming WrestleMania, and former AEW star Jack Perry is ripping apart the company, and we'll break it all down for you coming up on this episode of Wrestle Digest. But before we get into it, just want to say, if you're a big wrestling fan, just like all of us here on the channel, and you just love wrestling, you're looking for a place for daily wrestling content, you found it here at Wrestle Digest, so go down below and hit that subscribe button if it's your first time here. Also, leave a comment while you're down there, leave a like, we really appreciate all the support we've been getting on these first couple of videos. But with that said, let's get right into the first topic of the video today, which is Becky Lynch rips apart Rhea Ripley. And obviously on Monday Night Raw, in case you missed it, there was a standoff between Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley with Dirty Dom in the ring as well. They both got some good shots in, and it ended up with Becky Lynch giving a jab to Dominic Mysterio and knocking him on his bottom, for lack of a better word. It was a great promo between the two of these on Monday Night Raw. But recently we've seen on a podcast Becky Lynch kind of go right after Rhea Ripley here. She said if she's a heel, she's the worst booked heel in history. I mean, that's a big statement to say. She also goes on to say, if she's a babyface, she's the best booked babyface in history, but I think she's a babyface. So there is a bit, of one way, the other way here, with either she's a heel or babyface. She's kind of a mix of both, in my opinion. But she also goes on to say here, you had to approach that if she's a babyface, she's badass, right? She's a badass. I'm also a badass. We are two very different people. She's dominant. She's the type that you go there is a superstar, let me strap a rocket to her and send her to the moon. I'm the one that always had to overcome. I am the Rocky Balboa in this. That's the difference. Now, how do you play to two differences, and how is that interesting? So you can't be thinking heel and babyface. You have to think, why do I not like this person? What is this story? How do we tell that? And how do we get people invested? And obviously the man, Becky Lynch, knows how to get people invested in her matches in WWE. And just the way she's kind of saying here, to kind of recap what she's saying in case you missed it there, it's she's trying to say this match is more of a star versus star in the WWE rather than the babyface heel we're normally used to seeing, because Rhea Ripley, I think she started out as a heel, but then WWE fans just love the character she puts on, love the persona, and she's kind of transitioned into a babyface. So it's kind of like Hollywood Rock, I guess you could say. A lot of fans love Hollywood Rock. He's a heel, but he is sort of a babyface as well. He kind of has fans on both sides of the babyface heel spectrum, I guess you could say. But I think this match is really shaping up like it's going to be a good one here. And like she said, it's star versus star. I mean, Becky Lynch, multiple time women's champion here in the WWE, and now Rhea Ripley, who's been a dominant force. Nobody has really come close to her since she started this title reign, and I think Becky Lynch could, potentially be that one to best her over here at WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, there's no doubt that Becky Lynch is quite capable of giving any woman on the roster a run for their money, especially with the circumstances that surround this match in particular. Becky came back after having a baby, beat Bianca Belair for the title, and I mean, she's won the tag title and the NXT title fairly recently, but she's been lacking the spark. She's been lacking the aggression, the man persona, the Becky Two Belts, and all of this. And no doubt, it makes sense that Rhea Ripley has been carrying, because I mean, my God, she's been the hot new talent. And I think for Becky to call out Rhea and saying she would be the worst heel ever booked, that's quite a claim. Because I mean, yes, the crowd cheer for Rhea, but end of the day, the Judgment Day is that heel stable. They're the heel group. They're the ones that you're looking at. Well, they're the ones that I'm looking at booing at the end of the day, no matter mommy on board or not. But no, it's great to see the tensions pick up between these two, and I think the promo that happened on Monday and the physical assault on Dominic Mysterio, that'll definitely intensify for this week coming up.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have such a great rivalry here. Like you said, leading up here, we're gonna go into the last Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania. I think they're really gonna get to the heat of their feud here on Monday, and it's really gonna be a fun one to watch here come Monday night. And like you said, I mean, Rhea Ripley is in the Judgment Day. They are a heel clique, and for Becky to come out and say, she'd be the worst booked heel in history if she is a heel. I mean, that's a pretty dense statement, and I'm sure that Rhea Ripley is going to try to respond to this come on Monday Night Raw here. And like you kind of talked about there, Rhea Ripley has been such a great heel that she's got the fans on her side here. But when she's with the Judgment Day, everybody is booing them, and I've been saying for a long time that she should be the leader of the Judgment Day, but that's a whole different topic for a whole another day. We just wanted to come on and tell you guys what Becky Lynch has been saying here over this last week. I think it was a really deep statement to come out and say, and I'm sure we're going to see Rhea Ripley respond here shortly, and we'll keep you up to date on everything going on in that feud leading up to WrestleMania. But we're going to get into the second topic of the video today, which is Jack Perry destroys AEW. And in case you missed Jack Perry, formerly known as Jungle Boy, he was on New Japan Wrestling, where he, debuted at one of their events. He came out with the AEW contract and then ripped it up at the Battle of the Valley with New Japan Pro Wrestling. And he did have a couple of crazy statements to say about his time in AEW and Tony Khan. He did say, well, Japan, for me, is an opportunity not to start over, but to start a new chapter without having to apologize or pretend to be sorry for the actions of other people. It's a way that I can stay true to myself and continue to grow despite everything that's gone on. Ripping that contract was a declaration. I'm not playing by your rules anymore. If AEW are too afraid to have me anymore, if the specter of Jack Perry is too much, they don't want to deal with the conversations, the ramifications that brings, that's fine. He also goes on to say here, I don't need them. I will go by myself across the world, all by myself, without any of my friends, without any of the things I'm used to, anything that has been my life for the last 5 years, and I'll do it on my own, make my own way. And the last thing he did say here, he said, some of these things are unclear even to me, but I would say this loyalty is a two-way street, and I show loyalty to those who are loyal to me. As of now, certain parties have been very good to me, and I intend to repay that. And they say, Perry previously claimed that he has asked for the release from AEW, but was denied. And Brady, I mean, this is a lot of information coming out about AEW from one of the four pillars of AEW at one point in his career in Jack Perry, Jungle Boy, whichever one you know him as. Obviously, a great wrestler, has shown to have some great in-ring character, have, great in-ring ability, and, for them to kind of lose out on him and for him to voice his opinion on what happened during that time, it's just crazy to see for me.
I mean, it's unreal. You got one of the four founding superstars of your company coming out and trashing your owner and your company and everything. It's quite a statement, and I guess this could be the statement episode because my God, what a bold statement to make. I leave everything. I don't care. I can pave my own way. I'll leave everything behind. My friends, my family, everything that I'm accustomed to, I'll leave behind and make my own way. What a statement.
Yeah, it's an unreal statement to make because obviously we've seen this guy have so much success with AEW. With the Jurassic Express at one point was one of my favorite tag teams in the world, and now for him to leave, go on his own path. Obviously, he's been dealt a rough hand with the losing his father and stuff like that, but he has really took this and made himself a better wrestler and developed a great kind of grunge character with the leather jacket, the long hair, the aviator glasses. I think it's a great look for Jack Perry. And
definitely a great look.
The one thing that kind of interests me here that kind of came to my mind when I first seen this was, could this be a work? What do you think?
I mean, it's very possible that all this could be a work, especially with him taking his talent over to New Japan Pro. But what if it isn't a work? If this is not a work, I mean, this is really damaging, I think, to the name of AEW. But to be fair as well, Jack Perry was probably the one out of the four to get dealt the worst cards. We've seen Sammy Guevara headline quite a few. He was in the Inner Circle, TNT champion. Britt Baker, I mean, one of the top stars of the company. MJF, a third there, and we all know how he carried it. So that leaves Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. And I mean, no doubt he had the tag team success, but when it came to that solo world title picture, I mean, I don't think anyone ever truly seen the Jungle Boy character, carrying that title and that weight with him. So I think overall, I hope it doesn't work. I hope it doesn't work. I would love to see Jack Perry come back to AEW as Jack Perry, not Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
As Jack Perry. We would have to lose out on the theme song, which sucks.
Yeah.
But you can't have it all.
Yeah, it's a horrible
But I love
loss
Jack Perry.
to lose that theme song. I mean, that is just electric when that plays. But like you said, if it's not a work, I mean, this is some crazy claims coming to Tony Khan and AEW. And for the sake of wrestling, I hope that this is a work. And they're just giving Jack Perry some time to develop his persona as Jack Perry and really become, I guess, a heel in ripping up the AEW contract. You could see it as a babyface, could see it as a heel move. It'll be interesting to see how he moves forward here with New Japan Pro Wrestling. But another thing to note with AEW and New Japan, they've had a lot of crossovers. They've had a lot of guys come from New Japan to AEW, so maybe he's taking his time going to New Japan. He may go to Ring of Honor as well, and maybe then once he builds his character back, he makes his way back to AEW as Jack Perry and contends for some solo championships.
I mean, I would love to see it. I think another thing that myself and a lot of other people included would love to see would be Jack Perry in the WWE. I mean, with the whole CM Punk, Jack Perry, we won't get into that, but I think it's pretty slim that we'll see Jack Perry in the WWE in the near future. But who knows? Never say never. Someday.
Yeah, you never know.
Anything can happen.
You never know what's going to happen in the world of wrestling. Nobody ever expected CM Punk to be back in the WWE, and now he is. So you never know what to expect in the world of wrestling. We could see Jack Perry. I would love to see him maybe do the same thing that Shawn Spears did. Take that indie role, indie circuit for a year, kind of jump around from place to place, and then land yourself in NXT, land yourself maybe a spot on SmackDown, and try to prove yourself here in the WWE, because I don't think there's a better place for you to kind of prove yourself. And under mentorship like Shawn Michaels at NXT, I really do think that Jack Perry could really take a hold of this opportunity as well. I think he's already a great wrestler, and I think just with some character development, he could be a phenomenal wrestler. But we want to hear from you guys down below in the comments section. What do you think about the whole Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley situation? Let us know down below, and let us know what you think of Jack Perry. What are the plans for his future? Let us know down below in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure down below hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. If you love wrestling just like both of us here, you like our content, go down below and hit that subscribe button. We would really appreciate it. But as always, I've been your host, Casey, alongside my co-host Brady Ford. We'll catch you in the next one.